Hey, hey, and welcome into the House of L podcast. I'm Laurence Holmes. Thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate the support I get with being on the road. The laptop is seeing its last days more than likely because it's not great with video, but I'll try to get through this and hopefully you will enjoy what I have to say about the Bears. I am technically on vacation, but when you own your own business, and those of you who know this, you can't really be on vacation all the time. So, Bears won. We are brought to you by Remy Martin. This is my city. What a time to be a Bears fan, man. And you know what's crazy? I know that there are people who are going to gripe and bitch. I saw Brad Biggs with the factual tweet about the quarterbacks that the Bears have seen in the last 6 weeks. And that is, as TLC would say, factual and actual. Yes, that's true. But this league, take wins. No one would feel sorry for you. You shouldn't feel sorry for anybody else. And here we are with the Bears being 8-3 and you being in a great mood. This game was fun. It was fun to watch because, well, one, it's fun for me to watch because I didn't have to do it the way that I ordinarily do. I could just kind of sit back and watch it and then give you a raw reaction to it after it's done because I don't have any responsibilities at the score for another 7 days or whatever. And watching this game play out, I applaud Pittsburgh for their ability to come into this game and focus and want to win this game. Kenneth Gainwell's just a good football player. He's just good. And I didn't give Mason Rudolph enough credit for how well he could possibly play. He played pretty well until the end. By the way, Nashawn Wright, I was watching Countdown on the elliptical today, and the fact that Nashawn Wright already got a "you got mossed" and now has the opportunity for a second "you got mossed" because that was as mossy as the interception last week is really cool considering what he's gone through over the last 10 days. But that, and he makes the tackle on that 1 yard gain in the last drive the Steelers had. That was a killer. Like, that was a killer. It rolled off a bunch of time on the clock and Pittsburgh couldn't recover from it. It forced them to make decisions that they didn't want to make. I was not completely satisfied with the rule. Gene Steratore tried to explain it, but I don't like the idea that you lose a timeout on an injured player even when the clock is stopped. Like that doesn't sit right with me, but who cares? Like, the Bears are 8-3. Caleb Williams had himself a day. Rome Dunze had himself a day. DJ Moore had himself a day. Caleb on the afternoon threw 3 touchdowns, had a passer rating of 104.3. 104.3 jams. DJ Moore with 5 catches, 2 touchdowns. Rome Dunze with 3 catches for 53 yards. Colson Loveland looked like he maybe got the wind knocked out of him on that play, but he came up big in this one too with a touchdown himself in this game. So the Bears did what they needed to do. On defense, it was about survival. It's when you're down your top 3 linebackers, and let's keep it a buck, we're all still kind of on the fence about Noah Sewell as a player. When you're down to, we had to sign guys, we're bringing guys off the street, we're adding guys from the practice squad, we're taking guys from special teams, we're moving people around. When you're at that point, it's not a shocker to me to see that Pittsburgh was able to run the ball as well as they did. They did a lot of cool stuff. They window dressed a lot of their run game, and even that play that I think that they counted as as a pass, it probably should have been a run. And look at them. Here they are. They Gainwell averaged more than 9 yards a carry. Like, what a player he is, man. He really, 130, 22 total yards for him, caught every pass that was thrown his way and ran for 92 yards. And the Bears didn't have a lot of answers. The fact that the Steelers scored 28 points, and I get that 7 of them came on defense. The fact that they scored 28 points is upsetting, and it should have put them in position to win the game. And I guess technically they were, with the ball under a minute to go in decent position. But when they needed to, the Bears defense did what it had to do. They were able to hold on and get out of there with a win and escape. And that's the name of the game. I, like everyone else, I would love it if the Bears games look pretty. Like, that would be cool if they ran away and hid from a team occasionally. That's not where we're at right now. Where we're at is this team has to win ugly a little bit, and they did. They did it again. They won. It wasn't pretty. Who cares? They had at one point, we were joking before Detroit started to storm back. I haven't even checked back on that game. Let me do it right now. But before Detroit stormed back, and they won the game against the Giants, we were joking in the group chat that the Bears could have a 2-game lead over them. Since the last couple of weeks, I said to you, the goal when they got to 6-3 was, can you get to 10? Can you get to 10 wins? They picked up 2. The Browns are still on the schedule. Jordan Love is on the schedule. I don't see why you can't win 2 more games out of your next 5. Oh, no, 6. 2 more games out of your next 6. I don't see any reason why you can't. Even that San Francisco team, that's pretty good, but not great. And the Bears have played well enough. It's surreal, honestly. Like, to look at where we're at with the Bears right now and see that they are just sitting there at the top of the North. They will not be moved from the top of the North, at least for another 5 days. And we'll see what ends up happening with their game against Philly on Friday, which I'm very much looking forward to. I should be on a plane watching that game and enjoying it. But Ben Johnson he has pushed every right button on this team. And here's the magic. Sometimes the magic comes in a wave like this with a new coach and a quarterback that get along. And I know people love to compare the Bears to Washington in a bad way. Let me compare the Bears to Washington in a good way. Do you know, and you can go look for yourself, 10 of the 12 wins that Washington had last year were against teams that ended up below 500. Go look at their wins, and you tell me that it was a quality record that they had. That's why I don't really love playing the who have you played game in the NFL, because from week to week, attrition plays a role, all of that stuff. So you shouldn't apologize for the wins. Like, getting them is sacred and difficult and should be appreciated, even if it's not the way that you hope that it would look. So you should celebrate, and I hope that they celebrate too. And they get to keep the pressure on, and you didn't have to deal with the bad man, Aaron Rodgers. His wrist wasn't good, so he didn't want to play today. All that stuff. It doesn't matter. Get to the tournament. And it's different than the NBA or NHL or MLB. It's a 1 game. And now, haven't you gotten to the place where you trust Ben Johnson to be better than the other coach now? He was better than Mike Tomlin today. He's been better than everyone except basically Dan Campbell. And we'll see when these 2 teams play again. We'll see how that goes. Are they better armed? And things are not great for Detroit right now, but you don't care about that. You care about the Bears. Now, this game coming up against Philly is going to be rough. You talk about winning ugly. They are the kings of winning ugly. and the Bears will have a chance to show them what the deal is, right? They'll have a chance to show them. But considering that Pittsburgh didn't have their quarterback, and I thought the backup played pretty well, the Bears didn't have their left tackle. And you didn't see Ozzie Trapillo that much, which is great. Like, he did a nice job for them at left tackle. He got them out of the game, and we'll see if this is the beginning of his march to challenging Theo Benedette for that spot. But he played really well. You didn't have any linebackers in this game, and you still were able to win. Jalen Johnson was not out there. Kyler Gordon was not out there. Meanwhile, Montez Sweat, your highest paid guy over on that side of the ball, he went out there and did work. He was incredible. I haven't even looked at the amount of QB hits that he had, but he was in the backfield and doing a great job of setting the edge on some of the end around stuff that they wanted to do. So shout out to him. He has been incredible over the last 6 games. He's been everything that you could have wanted from that signing over the last 6 games. And if he can keep that up, that makes the Bears a very different team. And the idea that they were going to continue to block him with Darnell Washington while the man is nimble and he is 311 pounds, I would have been insulted had I been him, Montez Sweat. And I think that he kind of made them pay for it inside of the game. Let me take a look just real quick at the defensive numbers here. Sweat with 3 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. That right there is the recipe for defensive player of the week. That's the type of thing that happens when you play that well. You get accolades for it, and you've already gotten money for it. So the Bears win. They're 8-3, and now we'll see what happens against Philadelphia. That should be a really fun matchup. Everyone will be full from all sorts of turkey leftovers and sweet potato pies and everything else. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkey, you name it. You name it. You'll have it. I'll check in from time to time. If you're not following us on Spotify or Apple, you probably should, because I'll probably do 2 pods this week that are audio only. But for those of you who kick it with the YouTube page, we appreciate you. I appreciate your patience since I am on the road, and I'm going to get back to being on the road. I'm going to actually lean into taking a vacation, which is really only 3 days because everyone gets Thursday and Friday. But I'm looking forward to seeing the Pacific Ocean again. I haven't seen the Pacific Ocean in a very long time, and that thought just occurred to me a few days ago. So I'm going to go see it. And then I'm going to see you after the Bears play the Eagles. All right? And we'll be right here on the YouTube page. Thanks to Remy Martin for all of the support and love. Remy Martin, Team Up with Excellence. Remy Martin, this is my city. We appreciate them. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. I'm sure I'll say that again on Friday, but enjoy yourself. Don't get in any trouble. You know, that I try to tell that to everyone, like, do your best to not get in any trouble. I'll do my best to not get in any trouble too. At least bad trouble. Good trouble is good. And I'll talk to you next time. Okay. Peace.